Petrol is getting more expensive. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian Heise here. Hope you're having a nice day. I've just come from the petrol station, so I don't have my Stein, but I do have my $1 7-Eleven coffee. Not sponsored, but, 7-Eleven, if you want to give me a lifetime supply of coffee, I bloody well will take a sponsorship. It's the one thing actually from Uber driving that you really learn where the good coffees are late at night. And 7-Eleven, I just, $1. And the reason they do it, I'm sure, I imagine it has to be a loss leader. They can't be making a profit off my $1 coffee. Because I went and bought petrol. And for me to fill up my tank with E10 in my Kia Carnival was what? $73. $73 to fill it up. And they probably made more money on the hot chocolates I bought for the kids. But the reason I want to talk about this is because the CPI, the Consumer Price Index for the June quarter, has just been released. It was released this morning. And there's some interesting things in it that I think we need to talk about. I really think we need to talk about because I don't know. It's just funny. So the June key statistics, and this is from the Australian Bureau of Statistics, the, file 6401.0, Consumer Price Index Australia, June 2019. So the all group CPI. So it rose 0.6% this quarter, followed by no movement in the March quarter of 2019. So it's gone up. Last quarter, which is what I've been referring to, it was at 0%. 0%. So it rose 1.6% over 12 months to the June quarter of 2019, following a rise of 1.3% to the 12 months to the March quarter of 2019. So you can see here now, it's up 0.6. 0.6. So the most significant price rise this quarter are automotive fuel, 10%. 10%. Medical and hospital services, 2.6%. And international holiday, travel and accommodation at 2.7%. The most significant falls this quarter are fruit, 4.1%, electricity, 1.7%, and domestic holiday and travel accommodation. So, just think about that. Of all of these things, which is going to have the most day-to-day impact on people? I would say automotive fuel. Maybe electricity. The holiday stuff, okay. How many people are going on international holidays every day? How many people are going on domestic holidays on their day-to-day basis? Healthcare, that would definitely affect probably the most marginalized people in our community. A lot of the people on the disability allowance, or people that are ill or elderly on the pension, that's going to affect them. Fruit going down this quarter, it would have to be seasonally adjusted, wouldn't it? That's what the ABS does for everything, and you think for fruit they would as well. But that one there, fuel, that's going to have flow-on effects to the whole economy. And let's keep looking here. We'll look at some other stuff. So here's the weighted average of 8 capital cities. So the change of food and non-alcoholic beverages, the change for the quarter to June. Okay, so we'll look at this one. So it's up 2.4%. So from 2018 to 2019, it's gone up over that year. From the quarter, it's gone down there. So it's down. So from a year's time in the past, it's gone up. We're worse off. Alcohol and tobacco, so we've gone up 6% from a year's time. 6%. That, okay, so food, that's a daily thing. Clothing, alcohol, tobacco, that's a daily thing. Clothing, it's gone up from last quarter and up. We'll just look at this one. It's gone up from a year. That's, how often do you buy clothes? It's probably a question for my wife. With the kids, all the time, but it is a regular purchase. Housing, slightly down from that quarter, but slightly up from a year ago. But it's not a daily expense, is it? You wouldn't really, would you count that in your cost of living? I don't think I would. Would say these guys. Furnishing, household equipment and services. Health and transportation, yeah, I would. Communication. Institution of financial services, but we'll have a look. We'll see here. So, furnishings and household equipment has gone down, but it's gone up from that quarter. Health has gone up from that quarter and up from a year in the past. Transport has gone up and up. Communication has gone down and down. Will that account for the NBN? Is that going to last? Recreation and culture have both gone up. Education is steady from last quarter, but up nearly 3% from a year ago. Insurance and financial services, slightly up, and up from a year ago as well. How's all the cladding going to affect this? So, I mean, they've got the seasonally adjusted figures here, but we can have a look at the little contribution to quarterly change. So, food, non-alcoholic beverages, alcohol, tobacco, clothing, so you can see which ones are pulling it up. Transport, recreation, and what's pulling it down. So, changes in this and future releases. The ABS has ceased publishing a PDF. Okay, well, that's fine. And then their use of it, frequently asked questions. So what we'll do is we'll have a look at one other thing. Let's look at our economy here. Okay, and I know if you're a regular watcher, you'll be a fan of this website as well. And you can see here what our exports are. But what I'm interested in now is just what our imports are. And I have to look over here because I've got it on a full screen to see it. Now, what have we got? Broadcasting, computers, we're importing cars. Oops. What's happening here? Oh, wait a minute. Hang on, guys. Hang on, sorry. I'll bring it up here and I'll stop clicking around. Wait. There we go. We got it. Funny buggers. Refined petroleum. 7.2%. So we're importing it. Crude petroleum, we're importing it. Okay, so we're importing it. CPI has gone up 10% for automotive fuel. And in that time, from that quarter, so 10% rise. And that leads to transportation costs. That it flows through the entire economy. Now, if we have a look here, and this is from what is it? Wait a minute. Trading Economist or Trading View. I've got the chart up here. We can see. I'm trying to bring it in. You've got the dollar value, Australian dollar to the US dollar, is at 68.30 in July. And at March, which was right about here, we have sitting, and I need to get that Wacom tablet, let's say 70 cents or 71 cents. So that means the Australian dollar has dropped in value over this period to the US dollar. So the products that we're importing to our country are more expensive. They're more expensive. So our cost of living, which is, the daily things, like the petrol that's imported, are going to get more expensive. There you go. So I would like to see if there was a way to kind of analyze this at a more granular level. Different people in different levels of society, or, the fact that we're getting a saving in our, domestic holiday and travel accommodation, that's going to be a yearly cost. Will that offset if you're struggling to pay your fuel costs? The fact that the fact that your international holidays are going to go more expensive, is that going to even matter? Is that going to be relevant when you're making ends meet? It depends on how the basket of goods, what they define, and how it's actually going to affect you. So this one here, if your petrol's going up 10%, you're going to notice that. You'll notice that at the pump. You'll notice that in traveling around. You'll notice that in doing work. That's a big jump. Big issue. So what we'll also look at, guys, let me bring this up. We will look at, hang on, we'll just merge here. We'll go to commodities on TradingView. Let's have a look at crude. Open up this chart. We'll see how it's gone over the last quarter. We'll see if that's had any effect. Let's change this to a 1 month chart and we'll zoom in. So we've got June here, July, so April, so March. So it's kind of, you know, moved up and down and it's trending a bit more. It's kind of moved up and back down again. Is that going to have any influence on the amount that we're paying for our petrol here, or is a lot of that absorbed in the futures market? It's probably someone with a lot more experience in this can tell me. But guys, nonetheless, for us plebs, day to day, petrol's gone up. Electricity's gone down, which I don't trust. But maybe it has. But the fact that my petrol's gone up 10% more might have more of an impact than a 1% or 1.7% decline in my electrical costs. You know, fruit's down 4%. Okay, cool. That's good. Too bad I'm on a keto diet, so it's not going to help us. So yeah, guys, I just thought I would go through that because it's interesting. I think this 10% increase in petrol is really just a clear indicator that we can easily say cost of living is going up. But don't worry, with the inflation rate going up, it'll encourage everyone to spend. And that's what they all want. They want you to spend. Anyway, guys, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye for now.